A drum danced by itself and fed an entire village. Yet, no one knew who made it dance. Music ruled the heart of the drum, and they could only watch it, but never knew where the voice came from. But what if the real magic was never in the drum, but in the girl who could not see? This is the story of Amaka and the dancing drum. Once upon a time, in the village of Akudo, surrounded by green hills and clear rivers, life moved in rhythm. The people had no farms and no markets, yet they never went hungry. Every special day, a magical drum appeared at the village square and danced on its own. While it beat, food filled every home, rivers overflowed, and joy spread through the land. No one knew who sang for the drum, but the voice was always heard, soft and mysterious, but the singer remained unseen. Only one family in each generation knew the truth, passing it quietly from parent to child, a secret as old as Akudo itself. Among these people lived Amaka. Amaka was a very beautiful young girl, born blind. Her skin glowed like morning lights, her smile gentle as rain. She wore special beads that none of the other girls had, a gift from the drum itself. Though blind, Amaka saw the world through sound. She could hear the laughter of children from far away, the heartbeat of the forest, even the whisper of the river at night, and she could even hear the drum speak. Her parents loved her dearly and always told her that the greatest magic lived in quiet places. The villagers wondered why Amaka was so beautiful. Most times, they always asked themselves, where did she get the beats from? Despite the drum provided them with everything they needed, they were so jealous of her beauty and often mocked her. They laughed at her, called her blind, and whispered that she was cursed. Amaka remained kind, greeting them with soft words and a smile. The drum was her closest friend. It would visit her at home, gentle, playful, and alive. She would sing and the drum would dance, filling their home with happiness and food. To Amaka, the drum was not magic, it was family. One sunny afternoon, while Amaka sang softly by the village square, a group of jealous youths gathered. She thinks she's special because of her beads, one said. You, this blind girl that is always singing. Who does she think she is? Another asked. They crept close, mocking her as she sang. One snatched her walking stick and tossed it aside. Another untied her beads and waved them in the air. Sing for us, Amaka. Maybe your song will feed us too. They laughed. She reached out, trembling, trying to find her beads. But before she could, one boy pushed her lightly and she fell. The laughter was cruel. Then, suddenly, everything stopped. The air grew still, the wind died, and from afar, the drum stopped beating. For the first time in living memory, Akudo went silent. Days passed, no food appeared. Rivers dried little by little. The fruits withered. Fear took over the once happy people. They tried singing, dancing, even beating other drums. Nothing worked. The village was becoming a land of hunger. Most times, when the drum visited Amaka, she would always plead for it to appear at the village square. But the drum refused and was determined to punish the villagers. While everyone starved, Amaka and her family still had food to eat. Smoke rose from their kitchen and the smell of soup filled the air. The villagers whispered in anger, "How can they still eat when we are dying? What secrets are they hiding?" One day, three villagers crept towards Amaka's hut, peeped through a crack wall. What they saw left them breathless. Amaka sat in the center of the hut, eyes closed, her face glowing softly. The magical drum floated before her, beating slowly, shining like firelight. With each beat, food appeared: yam, meat, fruits, and water. The villagers gasped in disbelief. "She's stealing our blessings," one whispered. "She's the reason the drum left us." By morning, the villagers stormed to the king's palace. "We have found the one who took our magic," they cried. "It's Amaka, the blind girl." The king, a fair but fearful man, called for Amaka to be brought before him. Her parents held her hand tightly as they stood before the crowd. "Your Majesty," said one of the spies, "we saw her. The drum dances in her hut while we starve." Amaka trembled but did not cry. "Did not steal your blessings," she said softly. "The drum comes when I sing. It has always been so." The crowd murmured in disbelief. Some mocked her, while others grew afraid. Finally, the king called the village seer. The old man arrived, his eyes clouded but full of wisdom. He touched the ground, listened to the wind, and said, "The drum only beats for the one with the purest heart. Only she can awaken it again. If she sings, Akudo will live, but if we silence her, the village will die." The people froze. The same girl they had mocked was the only hope they had. The seer ordered everyone, except Amaka and her family, to dance for 2 days in order to appease the drum. Even the king and his family were also asked to dance. "Why won't our family dance?" some asked, but the seer remained silent. The villagers danced and danced until they got tired, their voices breaking with exhaustion. Still, the drum did not move. On the second day, the same thing happened. The drum refused to move. The villagers were very tired and hungry. Soon they started crying and pleading for the drum to move. Then a soft sound rose. Amaka's voice. It floated like wind through the leaves, sweet and trembling at first, then powerful. The drum lifted from the ground, glowing brighter and brighter. Its rhythm joined her song, and suddenly food appeared in the square. Rivers flowed again, and the atmosphere was calm. The villagers fell to their knees, crying. They realized the truth. The blind girl they mocked was the heart of their village. Without her, Akudo would fade away. The king crowned out the voice of the drum. From that day, no one called her blind. They called her blessed. The people of Akudo never forgot the lesson that changed their lives forever. The lesson to be learned from this story is that true strength comes from within. Never judge or mock others for what you don't understand. Thank you so much, guys, for watching my video. Please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I will see you next time. Bye.